Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. This is going to be a speed through. A lot of you have asked me to show things that I do when I'm not recording, and so this is one of them. But what I decided to do was answer some questions and show you guys answers to your questions, because for me, I learn by watching. Might take me 6 times to watch it, but I do learn that way. I am not somebody who can learn by necessarily reading something or by being told something. That's just how my brain works. Okay, so I'm going to answer some questions, and I did samples in this video to show. One of the biggest questions I've been getting lately from new artists, mixed media artists, or what have you, is when I say use your printer paper if you have no other paper. And I get people argue with me, or they say it can't be done, or what have you, or how to use it, how do you use it without getting it ruined, that kind of thing. And I'm going to show you. I have a piece of printer paper. And all I did was take my mechanical pencil, which I use all the time, and you see I'm just painting on it with my, what was it? I think it was Light Flesh from Folk Art. One of my favorites. I love using their skin tones. They have so many different skin tones, and I really dig it. I love Folk Art. As you guys know, I've loved it for, oh, my life. Okay, so I did a body, not sure if I'm going to keep the body or what I'm going to do. And now I got this nasty Delusions paint that is all cottage cheesed up. And I got pink, and I'm putting on pink around the eyes and the cheeks and that kind of thing. Now you're going to see that it's not going to blend out like I want it to. Now I'm taking more of the face color that I used, and I'm going over it. Now you can see it does how you say, fade it out a bit and all that kind of stuff. But for some people, it might not be enough. So I'm going to show you in a few minutes what to do. I'm taking my favorite color shift paints from Folk Art. I love them. And I'm doing the eyes. I always do green eyes because of my daughter. And I'm laughing because I'm using dark brown paint and too much squirted out when I did it. I did a big ploop. And it looked like what my dogs do in the yard. And so all I do is scoop it back in. And if you've been with me for a long time, you guys know I'm a scooper. I scoop paint back into things when I don't use it all. 9 out of the 10 times, unless I'm doing a video and blah, blah, blah. But I do it because I'm cheap. But here is what I'm going to do next. My delicious Mod Podge mat. Now, another question I get is, using, what do you do if you want to have a bottom layer in your mixed media? Now, mind you, I'm not an acrylic artist. I'm a mixed media artist. They are completely different animals. I love to put down Mod Podge paper. However, y'all keep emailing me telling me that you don't have Mod Podge paper, that you have Mod Podge mat, and you cannot afford to go out and buy Mod Podge paper. I totally get it. And you guys asked if I would use Mod Podge mat more. Yes, I will. And I did. So I'm showing you. I put it on there and I dried it all. And you want to make sure it is completely dry. Once it's dry, you want to go over it with more face paint like I did. Make sure it is completely dry because it's going to lift if not when you do a pencil or whatever, because I did it a little bit in the corner. It's all right. So I just outlined the eyes and everything now that everything's dry. Doing eyelashes, which I hate doing because I don't do them that well. My hands just are not coordinated. And then I just outlined everything in pencil there. Now I'm really digging on the hair, but there's a reason why I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So I'm just going with that dark brown again and doing the eyebrows for now, just to kind of give her some sort of look. And I'm taking the brown that I used and some white, and I'm mixing it into a lighter brown, and I'm going to take a bit of the color shift in Red Flash and just mix it in. It really didn't do anything. It's not going to make it red. It's just going to make it a little, I don't know, I want to say a little iridescent. And you can kind of see that here. All I did was squiggles. And then I went in again with the paint just itself, and I squiggled again. You see, I'm just like free-forming squiggles. I'm sorry if you can hear Emily coughing in the back. We are a house of sickies. and she's very sick, so. Okay, so we got the Mod Podge question answered, that yes, you can do that as a layer. We got the more squiggles with just a black, any permanent marker you have. That's my Ranger one. You can use Sharpie, Bic, Copic, whatever you have. And then I'm just tracing everything in with my Faber-Castell markers, which are my favorites in the world. Putting in little pupils. So yes, you can see I'm working on printer paper, but you must make sure that each layer is completely dry. If you keep throwing wet on top of wet, any paper is going to disintegrate. So now I'm using what color? I think this is a pink flesh for the lips, and I'm showing you that although it's a permanent marker, once you put it down, you have a few minutes to work with it to make it move or thin out, or I just colored the top lip and now I'm moving it all around. So you can do that with colors. Once they're dry, they're dry. So I'm not digging the eyelashes I did, so I'm just kind of going over them, and I'm cutting out the eyebrows a little thinner. That's how I want them. And then those eyelashes, yuck, yuck, yuck. Yep. So yes, you can. I've talked about doing the markers when they're wet. That was another question. I did it, and then I smeared it a little bit on purpose. Now I'm going in with blue. This is another Cottage Cheesy Dilutions paint that I have so many of them because I have so many Dilutions paints. And half of them are Cottage Cheesy, and the company just said, oh, okay. Didn't really care. So they did the first time I wrote them. The second time they were like, no. But I don't use all the colors all the time. But I'm doing blues because I love blue. I feel blue. Blue for just so many reasons. And I decided I'm not doing the body. So, and now I'm just taking another piece of printer paper on top just to kind of pat off to make sure that it's dry. Now I'm adding a little bit of water, but you do notice that I am drying everything, so it is not soggy. You do not want it to be soggy. Now I'm just going in, I'm tracing with my brown marker, the eyes, the lips. I put a little gel pen in the pupil area, the eye area for a little spark, and now I am just writing, journaling on it. I do a lot of journaling on regular printer paper. So I hope you enjoyed this. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.